This is probably one of the most hyped movies of the year. I mean, it's no secret what we're talking about today. Lion King 3D. Going into this film, I've been pretty scared, pretty skeptical, really, because The Lion King is a movie that legit, I saw as a kid, but I had revisited it as a teenager, I guess, or a young adult or whatever they call it, and basically tears, like straight up from the circle of life. Like I find myself in tears every time I watch it. So, like the standard for this one was pretty much like stay away, like don't even try, bro. Like but you gotta commend people for trying to rise to the challenge. So I was like, sure, whatever, let's do it. The first half of the movie before Timon and Pumbaa show up is this like National Geographic boring movie about lions that casually goes into song, and then the other half is the Lion King. Like that's what it should have been. I feel like we need a petition. I feel like we need Seth Rogen to go back in there and have people, redo these lines better. Like the first half is emotionless. It's completely devoid of any type of soul or feeling. And the second half is super fun. And every time in the second half when Timon and Pumbaa weren't on screen, I was like, oh, come on, man. Like I'm just waiting for them to be back on screen. Uh, I honestly would watch a whole film with just Timon and Pumbaa. I think this movie should just be called Timon and Pumbaa and a couple lions. So yeah, man, I love how they took liberties. I feel like in the '90s, The Lion King wasn't really a film that people were looking forward to at that time. They were actually really excited for Pocahontas, and that was supposed to be the one that everybody wanted to be a part of. So I think the people who were a part of the original Lion King felt an obligation to kind of prove themselves and show that their idea and their work was worth the amount of time and effort they were putting into it. And I think with that, they took many chances, but they also like worked really, really meticulously in order to make every beat and every moment of that film enjoyable and rewatchable. And I think with this film, they're basically playing those same beats, but at the same time, it's like they just don't have the same hit. Like they don't hit right. Like they don't have the feeling. Like they'll say a line, and it'll just kind of be like a throwaway. Like everything just so throwaway. It's like it's really weird. It's like they have no emotion. They kind of say like just things that don't stick. Yeah, like something that really kind of bothered me was like the mixing. I feel like they mixed the Circle of Life song again, where the vocals were like cleaner, but it like took away the soul. Or I don't know if they re-sang it or something, but it's like it felt too clean. Like it was too polished. I felt like in the '90s, everybody was like going for it. Like everybody was trying to hit that high note. Everybody was like trying to like, exasperate their entire soul. Like, bro, it's like you feel it. You feel it in the Circle of Life. You feel them like trying to reach your soul, like just screaming and trying to hit that note. And this one is like they just like casually like ooh, the circle of love. Like they play it low. And it's like, I'm not saying these people are bad singers. Obviously, Childish Gambino, he has a tone, he has a great voice, and Beyonce is, but like, I don't know if it was the compression on the mix or something, but it took the soul out of it. Like there was no soul when she was singing, and I'm like, bro, like, it just didn't make sense. Straight up, Beyonce, her voice doesn't make sense for this because she's too cool. Like everything she says got like some rasp on it, but she doesn't. It's like they're saying these proper words. It's like there's Southern people trying to act proper British or something. It just didn't make like it's like it takes you out of it. It's like it's just one of those things. It's just phony. And it's like we're already watching lions pretend to be
Kings and queens, never porch monkeys.
it's tough, man. John Oliver, he does no, not Iago, Zazu. He does Zazu, bro. These things are blending. He did his little riffing. He pretty much did everything that Zazu did in the original, but he just wasn't hitting it, bro. I don't know what it is. I feel like maybe everybody just recorded their parts individually and then they just like layered them together. It's got to be that, bro. It's literally got to be that. Like Seth Rogen, Billy Eichner, we're in the same room. together and they're like, bro, let's do this. And then the animators animated towards their action, and that everybody else was just punching in. Like, we already got your faces like mapped out. Now we're gonna do it. That's another thing. So animation, for we've all seen these videos. They go and they take these characters, these lions, or it could be a teapot or whatever, like whatever the Disney thing is. They take these inanimate objects and they animate them. So what they do is they try to add, personality to them. So when they have such a big actor, a big voice actor that's iconic or famous for their personality or whatever, they usually watch not only, they're not just sitting there watching a pot. Like, they look at pots and they look at those details, but then they also look at the actor and they're looking at like, what are they doing with their face? How are they acting? What is it? What's the magical quality that they're bringing to the screen that's making people engaged? And they animate that. Like, for Simba, what they did was they took Matthew Broderick's face and they they put that on that cartoon, like they brought like ability, and it's like with this one they just put lions. It's like, bro, like, we don't do you guys really want to see lions? Like, no matter how dope lions are pretty dope, bro. They're like it's just, the thing is that lions are not interesting, bro. Lions just aren't interesting. People are interesting. So when you make a movie about a Lion King, it's like we gotta care about that journey of that king's journey. So it's like they needed to focus on that, bro. No disrespect to James Earl Jones, he's a legend, bro. Like, like when he was put on the list for the cast, I think everybody was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, James Earl Jones, he murked it, killed it in the original. No question, he should have been there. But I wasn't feeling him, bro. Like, I mean, he was great in the original. A young James Earl Jones, the gravitas, bro. He could, Simba, don't forget who you are, whatever the line is. Like, he had that voice, bro. He was the voice, man. Like, he was Darth Vader. He was Field of Dreams, bro. Coming to America. He was the voice. It sounded like he was reading, bro. It sounded like he was narrating a book about, food. Like, he didn't sound like he wanted to be there. It sounded like he did that in about an hour and a half. Like, I know you did this already, bro. Like, it's like nobody wants to tell people like how to do their job when they were so successful at it. It's like, like, get with it, bro. This is a film we're shooting right now. So obviously, no disrespect to him or anybody in the film, really. I'm just saying, like, speaking of Scar, were we speaking about Scar? We're speaking about Scar now. So I'm gonna give dude the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna say that he studied lions and he saw lions as like real lazy, real laid back, and he said, "I'm gonna deliver very laid back, very even." The original Scar has so much sarcasm in his voice. He would say, "Oh, I missed it. I wish I could have been there." Like, he was cheeky. He was super. Every character in the original Lion King had personality, bro. Scar just didn't have it, man. I feel like he's gonna look back at his performance like, I should have done like something. Like, there were parts where he got lit. There was parts where where he would up his performance, and it would scare me. Like, oh wow, oh, you can be. It's like when somebody gets in your face. Like, I was like, oh, he's getting in my face now. Like, there was parts like that, but for the majority, I didn't feel it, bro. Like, I felt like he was reading off cards, bro. What? How does this happen, bro? Like, this is probably the first film I've ever seen where the voice actors sound like they were reading off cards. This is I don't know, and I don't know. Maybe it could be saved. Maybe they can go back and punch it up. I mean, look at what happened with Sonic. Like, they said they're gonna make alterations to the design after negative feedback. I mean, this movie's out, but like, I just feel like it would improve the film so much more. It's not gonna happen though. We already know that. So I knew going into the film that "Be Prepared" was being altered, the song that Scar sings, and that it wasn't gonna be the one from the original. It was gonna be a shorter version. I don't know what he tried to do with this. I don't know whose decision this was, but dude was making a choice, bro. He said, "Be prepared." Like, he wasn't hitting that note, bro. He was like, "Be prepared." like if you know about like auto tune and stuff, like it sounded he had like a sine wave or something like that. It just went flat. Like it was just like be prepared. I'm not sure why he sung it that way. It felt like a choice. I like choices, man. It's dope that you take choices, but somebody got to say that's a cool choice. Let's try something else. Like that's the thing, and that just wasn't it, bro. Be prepared was like the first rap song I heard. I think like if is that a rap song? I don't know if it's a rap song, but it feels like he was rapping to me, man. He was saying he was like on that AT Aliens vibe, and he was talking that talk, man. He got me prepared, bro. And I don't know, man. I don't like this version, bro. The thing is I'm a huge fan of most of these people, so it's like you wanna like it. I mean, you gotta see it. It's Childish Gambino. Well, let's call him Donald Glover. Come on, he's a respectful actor now. It's Donald Glover. I don't really care about Beyonce, but it's Beyonce. So it's like these are iconic names, and I feel like they were chosen more for their names than for their talent. I don't even know if that's true. I think maybe they just needed coaching. I think possibly they just needed more coaching, but that's that. As a kid, I watched movies and you either liked it or you didn't remember it. Like you took nothing from it. Even bad movies, sometimes you take things from it. I feel like kids going into this film are most likely aware of the original Lion King, so they're gonna pick up on the jokes and the references that are parodying the original that Seth Rogen and them do, and adults are also gonna get it. So I just feel like those guys clicked. Those guys knew how to make this film. Seth Rogen probably should have directed this film. I'll give it to Jon Favreau. The animation of the film was really good. I just don't know if he had the tone. I don't know if he hit that. I don't know if he even directed these people. I think somebody recorded their audio and somebody animated, and he just looked at it and said, "It's about right. Looks like that fits there, and that's good." And next thing, let's do the next thing. And it is what it is. One of the most glaring issues for me was the Mufasa scene with older Simba, and we didn't see Mufasa in the clouds, and that's fine. But bro, like, dude, he saw his dead dad, and he was like, I don't remember the dialogue specifically, but it felt very cheap. It felt very much like he was like, "I miss you, dad," and he's like, "I'm always with you," and he's like, "But you're dead," and he's like, "Forever," and he's like, "I am Simba." And um that's it, man. Whew. So if I had to rate it, I'd rate the first half 1 out of 10, and I'd rate the second half with Timon and Pumbaa 9 out of 10, and I'm just gonna give the movie 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10 conservatively. That's nice. That's a good one. That's pretty much all I could think of. If you guys like this review or you didn't like the review, leave a comment and let me know. And if there's any other movies, TV shows, or even podcasts or something that you guys are interested to hear my opinion on, leave a comment below and let me know. And I'm here for you guys, bro. It's good. Rebel Film Talk.